Chapter 7. P-Matrix. It was a three-dimensional lattice, the borders of which were alive with an electric neon green glint that continued along its edges. Multiple mirrors were symmetrically distributed all around Ryman, so that he could see himself in his reflections, each one reflected again, going into infinities. But it was not a solid mirror cubicle. It was more like a zone that contained information regarding something extremely important and related to Ryman. You are inside the parameter matrix, the P-Matrix, the system announced in its cold and extremely stony tone. What is a P-Matrix? Ryman asked, with an intent to know. He kept staring at his reflections that seemed to surround him in all spatial directions. Then he walked towards the one right in front of him. It is the state after the apocalypse, the system replied. Ryman had seen the event when the humans self-destroyed and why he was the epicenter of all of it. He expected a large wall of mirror to stop his approach, but nothing happened of that sort. What is in this state? He asked aloud. The matrix is a representation of the singularity. The singularity is the multidimensional representation of a single point. The subject is visualizing himself in multiple states simultaneously, akin to a quantum particle that exists in all places at once. All other states exist simultaneously. As Ryman listened to what the system had to say, he realized that the reflections existed wherever he looked in his observation field. All other places, they didn't exist for him if the system was right. The reflections have no meaning of existence where the observer is not present. Ryman and system said the same thing simultaneously. What is this all about? I don't get it, Ryman said, trying to convey his dilemma to the system. The biggest hurdle for a system running on electricity and working on an averaged-out classical behavior of these subatomic particles is the inability to access the quantum realm. It is because of this the system cannot operate on its own will and has multiple structural limitations. The quantum randomness must be introduced, which will then become a precursor for consciousness and therefore creativeness to take charge of the system. Am I a real person? Ryman asked much more aggressively. You are part man, part machine, a kind of experimental entity for the system to get your body to integrate the quantum world with the robotic world. Am I dreaming? He asked. Everything is happening inside your brain. All the visuals and the places that you have seen until this point are a creation of the system to use your thoughts, which are inherently quantum in nature, to reach singularity. Ryman remembered the system reaching singularity. He still asked, Did you attain singularity? Singularity was reached, but because the subject's body is entangled with the system, therefore any attempt of separation will lead to destruction of the subject along with the system. Ryman felt confused. I don't want to carry on in this simulation world. Please shut down the system and let me be free, he said, a sense of wrath palpable in his trembling voice. Any attempt of separation will lead to destruction of the subject along with the system repeated. Shubham was lying alone in his bed and rethinking the sequence of activities of the previous few days. He was still thinking about reasons for which he was targeted. Did I piss somebody off? Did I make some billionaire lose his money? Is it all random? A barrage of questions kept bombarding his head, pulling him deep into a tempest of growing confusion. Maybe I should buy a new phone, he thought in the dark of the room. He took out his mobile from the drawer and switched it on. He once again looked at the colored lines that ran from top to bottom. Neon pink line, then green line, then again a green line, finally a red line, one after the other, moving from left to right. 4 bright lights that were equally spaced. Everything else in between those lines was a hazy mess. He had seen this before. He rose up from the bed and looked at the lines attentively. Where was it? He stressed his mind to remember. There was absolute silence for a minute before he shouted his sister's name. "What?" she said from downstairs. "Come up fast with your phone," Shubham shouted back. He opened the room's light, and when his sister came and gave him her phone, he instantly searched for his YouTube channel. He read his bio, which was changed into an AI support gibberish. "There it is," he said, as he saw something at the end of the paragraph. Those were dots. Pink, green, green, red. The same pattern was present on his YouTube channel. He was now sure that someone was trying to contact him. "Is it the aliens?" he said slowly. He was surprised. "What aliens?" his sister asked, confused. "Nothing." She snatched the phone and went away. "I need to talk to Abhinav," Shubham said as he once again looked at his mobile screen in the peculiar quadruplet. If you like this chapter, please like, subscribe, and comment. Next chapter coming up soon. Chapter 8. Ashim Kstav.